This week on Takedown, we're getting yoked for Rio. Wrestling returns to the world's most famous arena, plus we have college coverage from around the nation. Stay tuned. Your wrestling news starts now. Hello again, everybody. I'm Scott Casper, fresh off a flight from New York City, and it's time to take a look at what's trending right here on Takedown. This March, Midtown Manhattan will host the Division I Championships for the first time in history. What helped make it possible? The overwhelming success of the Grapple at the Garden. Presented by our friends at Takedown Sportswear, nearly 24 collegiate programs from around the nation collided in the world's most famous arena. Of course, that was on Sunday, where 3 Big Ten powers left undefeated. Let's start with the Battle of the Big Red. It was 5th-ranked Nebraska taking on 7th-ranked Cornell. The difference in the duel, bonus points. We go to 141. That's where it starts. Nebraska's Anthony Aberdeen picked up a 23-5 tech fall over Mark Gray. And then Jake Supplon made it 2 straight with a 12-4 major over Joey Galasso. In the highlight bout of the duel, Cornell's defending national champ Gabe Dean took out the 7th-ranked T.J. Dudley. The score there 11-3. Not enough, though, and the Cornhuskers came out on top of this one 21-14. Well, probably the most impressive and perhaps unexpected performance came from Rutgers. Following a 47-0 shutout over George Mason to start the day, the Scarlet Knights locked up their biggest victory of the season, an 8-point upset over the Big Red. Sean McCabe got things started with a 6-5 victory over Dalton Macri, but Nashawn Garrett knotted things up with a 6-1 victory of his own over Anthony Giraldo. With an 8-2 advantage late in the bout, Anthony Ashdault went on to defend Dylan Rialabuto, and the Knights went up 12-3. Cornell would take 2 of the next 3, shifting the pressure back on Rutgers with only 2 bouts to go. Hayden Premack answered the bell, grinding out a 10-7 victory at 197. Cornell needed a pin at heavyweight. It didn't happen. Scarlet Knights pick up the victory, 21-13.
We wrestle well here, but we got to wrestle well here in March. And to have the national tournament here last 3 days of March is pretty special for us. It was a good day. You know, anytime you can come in the Garden, get 2 wins, good for us. We kind of circled that Cornell match on our calendar for a long, long time now. It's a really, really good program with a lot of tradition and a team that's really put it on us the last couple of years. Being an old EIWA member, we've taken some beatings from them, so it was really important for us to come out. I thought our guys from top to bottom wrestled extremely hard in all 3 positions, and these dual meets are about role players. And Sean McCabe and Tyson Dippery and Hayden Rymack get huge wins in a big dual meet. Good for those guys.
Every day you want to come in, win every match, and this is huge. They're a powerhouse program, and to come away with a win like that is huge. I mean, they're ranked 7th right now. It just shows what the Rutgers wrestling program is coming to, and it's really come full circle.
Being able to wrestle a top 10 team in Cornell, it's really exciting. Everyone's into the match, and our fans really appreciate it, and the guys on the team are really excited. We worked really hard for matches like this and to win them, and to come out on top, it's just really exciting.
We hope to be a top 5 team come the end of the year. I mean, if we didn't slip up against Oklahoma, we'd have 6 ranked wins already and still be undefeated. It's crazy. See how hard my teammates are wrestling. It's really awesome. I love it. I'm having fun with the sport, and it's good things are coming.
I think it's huge. I think we gained some support too. People see that like we're the real deal, and we're out here and we want to win, and we want to win at the highest levels.
Well, the University of Illinois came into the event ranked 12th, and they went undefeated in the Apple, cruising past Maryland 34-9 and Drexel 31-9. Earning the event's most outstanding wrestler award, however, was Drexel's Matt Ciamato. The redshirt junior toppled Northwestern's top-ranked Jason Surtz's 7-1, helping the Dragons edge out the Wildcats 21-20. Now, before we go to break, I want to say a big thank you to the entire staff and all the great volunteers at Madison Square Garden. MSG's Dylan Wanagel and company were ready for the onslaught of wrestlers, coaches, and most of all the fans. Thanks to Randy and Dustin Kawa of Takedown Sportswear for stepping into the role of presenting sponsor. Also, a special shout out to my co-announcers Jason Bryant, Brian Hazard, and Natanya Levioff for helping to present the event. Natanya works tirelessly scripting every single minute out on a very tight timeline. And to my little buddy, Isaiah Bird, you continue to inspire people around the world, myself included. Wrestling has continued to give me a direction and a conviction that I could find nowhere else. So again, Thanks to you all for your countless contributions to the sport. All right, back with headline news. That's after the break. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Casey's, famous for pizza.
Proudly made in the USA, Danmar offers incredible protection and customized gear. I'm Tony Ramos, NCAA champion and world team member. Take my word that Danmar Warrior headgear is the best. It's what I use. Look for my limited edition signature headgear at a retailer near you or online at danmarwarrior.com. I'm a world-class warrior and you can be one too with Danmar. Follow me on Twitter at T_Ram133 or on my website, teamramos.co.
Every day in this sport, you have an opportunity to make a difference. To win in this sport, you have to have three things. A strong body will give you the conditioning to win. A strong mind will give you the technical ability to win. But a strong heart will give you the opportunity to win when no one else thinks you can. Let today be your day. Strong mind, strong body, strong heart. That together makes a champion.
Headline News is brought to you by Sunflower Wrestling. Find them online at sunflowerwrestling.com.
Hey, late back-to-back pins helped Missouri escape Cedar Falls with a 5-point win on Saturday. At 125, Dylan Peters put the Panthers up early with a 7-5 decision over Barlow McGee, but Missouri took the next three. Zach Sinnen, Matt Manley, and Le'Veon Mays all picked up victories for the Tigers. A pin by Bryce Steert at 157 and a decision for Cooper Moore at 65 put the Panthers back on top, but his Mizzou debut, Blaze Butler looked flawless, picking up a fall over Kyle Lux, and Willie Miklas did the same when he pinned Cody Caldwell just a minute and a half into the bout. Now, after an 8-3 win by Jaden Cox at 97, UNI closed the duel with a 25-10 tech fall by Blaze Cable. Not enough to overcome the deficit, however. The Tigers still came out on top, 24-19. Well, after dropping a close opening duel in Iowa City, the second-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys rebounded with a 21-9 victory over South Dakota State. At 125, fifth-ranked Eddie Kalmar racked up 20 points in a tech fall in the opener against Caleb Morris. Dean Heil, Anthony Kalika, Alex Derringer, and Kyle Kretschmer all picked up decisions, and Nola Boyd added bonus points in his first start of the year, defeating Brady Ayers 11-2. We go to Sunday. OSU welcomed longtime rival Minnesota to Gallagher-Iba and improved to a 2-1 season, but barely. The Cowboys and Gophers split the duel, winning 5 bouts each, but bonus points wins from Alex Derringer and Kyle Kretschmer lifted the Pokes to their very first win over Minnesota since 2012. The final score from Stillwater, 20-17. In international action, the star-studded roster of Mimi Razi claimed the World Clubs Cup over the weekend when they defeated a shorthanded Titan Mercury team in the finals. The score 7-1. The top performance for the Americans came from Andrew Howe. He finished undefeated at the event for the second year in a row. Trailing Alireza Gashemi 2-0 in the finals, Howe turned up the heat and hit a single leg, a late single leg at that, to a gut wrench for a 7-2 victory. Tony Ramos, Dustin Schlater, Bobby Telford, and Jake Varner all finished 3-1 on the weekend, with all three falling by decision in the gold medal round. With another runner-up finish, the American team took home $30,000 in cash, while Bimi Razi won the title and a check for $50,000. Congratulations to our friends from Iran. Northwestern redshirt freshman Johnny Sebastian will be out for an estimate of the remainder of the year. That, of course, following surgery to repair a torn labrum in his right shoulder. Competing unattached, Sebastian went 23-3 last year and was a late projected starter for the Wildcats at 165. He started the year ranked 16th in the country at that weight, and according to head coach Matt Storniolo, he would have had a breakout year, that of course before the injury. Sebastian said he felt frustrated by the setback but plans to return to the team by the start of next year, and we of course wish him a speedy recovery. Well, two-time Division II national champ Romero Cotton has been granted an 11th semester of eligibility. He plans to return to Nebraska Kearney in the spring. The NCAA ruling will allow Cotton to compete in his first match of the year on January 1st. That's when the Lokes take on Midland University. He can continue to compete unattached over the next month. That'll keep the heat on for sure. Since arriving at Nebraska in 2013, Cotton has compiled an overall record of 44-3. That's an amazing record. He was also serving as a running back and a co-captain of the UNK football team. Talk about an athlete. Well, after a successful 28 years on the wrestling mat, Nick Simmons has announced his retirement. Simmons has been a member of the U.S. national team for nearly a decade, finishing fifth at the 2011 World Championships in Turkey. Collegiately, he was a four-time All-American and three-time Big Ten champ for Michigan State and still holds the record for most career pins in Spartan history. He currently serves as the associate head coach at Indiana, and he said his main focus now is turning the Hoosiers into a national power. We're going to miss you, ELS, of course. The nickname we gave him years ago, the East Lansing Strangler. Stay tuned. There's more to come. You're watching Takedown.
Dahlimer Sports Surfaces is the exclusive home of the Flexi Connect, the world's first tapeless wrestling mat. With its patented hook and loop system, the Flexi Connect actually strengthens its connection as you use the mat. With no mat tape required, it is also easier to keep your mat clean, as well as save time on setting up and tearing down your mat for practice or competition. All of Dahlimer's standard Flexi Roll lightweight features are also included with the Flexi Connect mat. Dahlimer Sports Surfaces. Others imitate, we innovate.
In this arena, you're either the hunter or the hunted. A hunter needs armor. Earn the right to be a Danmar warrior. Headgear forged in the industrial north for the toughest wrestlers of all ages. Born in the US of A. Work with us to make your custom headgear. Warriors take hits. For better breathing and vision, stay tough with the Warrior Face Guard. Danmar. Warriors need it. Warriors earn it.
The war raged for generations. No amount of bravery and conviction could end the infected, unyielding rage. And with every battle, the evil grew, changed, evolved. The warriors needed nothing short of a miracle to stop the infection, and a miracle they received. Your body is at war against skin infections and diseases each time you step onto the mat. Protect yourself against the invasion. Defend Soap. Defend what you have built.
Our guest, Elias Theodoro.
Can you teach me the Showtime kick? Yeah, definitely.
It is a part of the grappling culture.
It's a part of the grappling culture.
It is.
To be successful in something, you need to be insane. I just want to shock the world.
I'm on the verge of dying because I'm a vicious alcoholic.
Shibata Ibuki! What a shot! And that is it!
Well, one of the biggest rivalries in collegiate wrestling got a little lopsided over the weekend. The second-ranked Hawkeyes went on the road to Ames, Iowa, downing the Cyclones 33-6. From the University of Iowa Athletic Department, here's a look at some of the highlights from Hilton Coliseum.
There he whips him over to his back. He's got him tight.
Pin him.
On a good Sunday afternoon, welcome into Hilton Coliseum on the campus of Iowa State University in Ames as we get ready for the next installment of the Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk series between the Hawkeyes and the Cyclones. Paul trying to scoot his hips out.
Tough position here for Corey Clark. He's got to be smart here.
Sucks him back in. He's getting near falls out of it. See if he can get the fall there.
Took him straight back here.
He's got the 4 count.
He's got the 4-point near fall right now.
Sorensen looking for something as there he gets back into that suck back. Gets a 2 count. There's the 3 count.
If the opportunity's there, I'm going to hit it. Just like if Barham's there, I'm going to hit it. If the single's there, I'm going to hit it. So I think it just comes from my heavy pressure forward to where they like to sit out and opens up the opportunity. And so, yeah.
From that bottom position, Cooper right now got a half in and a far wrist trying to run it around, but he needs to get Rodriguez broken down first.
Another stall warning on Rodriguez. Meyer trying to suck it in, elevate, keeping those hips circling, and he did probably 3 360s right there, Mark, as he kept scooting those hips and was able to eventually dump him down and finish for the 2.
He knows he needs some near fall points, though. He's looking back at the score, and he's looking back at the clock. He's getting intentional release.
And he whipped him off of it in the fall for Sammy Brooks.
He knew exactly what he was doing right there. He was getting intentional release, came out front, and hit that whip over, and it worked. Great job for Sam Brooks. What a fantastic match.
On bottom, he was kind of just holding there, sort of basing out, not really, he was trying not to get pinned, I think. And so I was going to let him up and maybe try and throw him from his feet or whatever. It was just like Sorensen saying, whatever was there. He came up pretty hard, so I just smacked him with it, and it's pretty good.
Throws the headlock!
He set that one up good.
I was just thinking that exact same thing. There's a nice shot by
That's what I'm talking about right there.
2.
See how that shot was so much less dangerous.
And then he goes right into that crossface. Oh, he almost got him tilted up there.
He is.
He's around the side there. He's got him up. See if he can get those hips settled in. Sammy Stoll, good right here. Settles down. Kurt Frost
with the fall for Sam Stoll. Wow.
In that front headlock situation, but again gets his elbow caught. Now he's able to clear out, circling around, trying to circle again. There he does it again.
Stout hustled him right there.
You get the first takedown, you get to the point where your third period is stronger, quicker. And then that's where you really start to control matches. It doesn't take as long. We got to use the first period. And a good philosophy there is that when a guy's done with the first period, he feels like he went through an entire match. And that doesn't happen by just going through the first period. You have to work hard. It's not easy to do. There's no shortcut to getting 2 guys in the first period. And you have to realize that it's hard work and you have to buy into it. But the other thing is that you don't stay stagnant either. And so you got to give these guys some credit, even though it sounds like the direction of the whatever the theme is here is that we were slow starters in the first 5 waves. You got to give these guys credit for being able to do what you said, outscore heavy in the third period.
Stay tuned. Former Greco-Roman national coach Steve Frazier is up next, and I'm going to get yoked for Rio. What does it mean? Well, stay tuned, find out. Check out my new t-shirt. You're watching Takedown.
Casey's, famous for pizza.
Every day in this sport, you have an opportunity to make a difference. To win in this sport, you have to have three things. A strong body will give you the conditioning to win. A strong mind will give you the technical ability to win. But a strong heart will give you the opportunity to win when no one else thinks you can. Let today be your day. Strong mind, strong body, strong heart. That together makes a champion.
Well, we're joined now by one of the true icons of the sport. He's a 1984 Olympic gold medalist. In fact, he was the first American ever to win a Greco-Roman title at the Olympics. Steve Frazier, welcome back to the show. How are you, bud?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Scott.
Well, part of your new job with USA Wrestling is to help promote the sport. You come up with a pretty unique campaign for the 2016 Games. What's it called?
Well, the name of the campaign is Get Yoked for Rio, a play off of the words Get Stoked for Rio. And yeah, it's an awareness and fundraising campaign to help us hopefully maximize our medals in Rio. It's very similar to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, but we're going to have people smash an egg or two on their head and challenge other people to do it as well.
But it's not just a campaign, it's actually a challenge, right? I mean, have you guys had a chance to try it out around the office yet?
Oh yeah, Brandon Slay was our first guy that did it, and so he's ready to post his video come December 1. That's Tuesday. That's when we're kicking off the campaign. You'll see, hopefully you'll see on social media a variety of legend type wrestlers doing the challenge and challenging us.
All right, so the idea is to capture yourself doing it and then get others to follow in your footsteps to hopefully raise money and awareness.
That's exactly right. So it's kind of like peer-to-peer awareness and fundraising. And, you know, of course, for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, they raised over $120 million that short period of time they did it. But obviously, you know, we're going to probably not raise that kind of money, but hopefully we'll raise some money to help prepare our athletes and help cover some costs that happen during the Olympic year that are special costs, you know. So that's the idea.
Well, you were kind enough to send me a T-shirt for the promo, so I really had no choice but to participate. So, Steve, what do you say? Let's take a look at this. It's me getting yoked for Rio. Okay, I'm Scott Casper, and I'm getting yoked for Rio. You should too. I think my guys were a little too eager to assist, but thanks. All right, Coach, so I accepted your challenge. We're going to send you a $150 check to help support the cause. Who else do you want to call out today?
Well, when it's appropriate, I'm going to challenge. I've got who am I going to challenge? I'm going to challenge Charles Peliquin. He's a world-renowned strength coach that has been helping our women's team a lot. His website is sensei.com or strengthsensei.com. So I'm challenging him. I'm challenging Nancy Schultz. And I haven't thought of the third person I'm going to challenge yet, you know. So I'm going to keep that one a surprise.
All right, I'm going to call out and challenge two. First, Randy the Natural Couture. Secondly, Michael Chandler. I'm going to add a bonus guy. Who is it? Tony Hager, my partner on our Global Wrestling show. Why? Because they love the sport as much as I do.
That's great. Actually, Randy Couture was going to be one of mine, so I'm going to yield him to you, and that'll allow me to challenge another person. He's great, great sport, so I'm sure he'll be up for the challenge.
Coach, always appreciate the time. We'll talk to you again soon.
Well, hey, we appreciate you for sure, Scott, so thanks for all you do.
Well, we're all getting yoked for Rio, and hopefully the technique freak will join us, but for now we'll have to settle for a free move. Here's Chad Lohman with your technique of the week.
Hi, I'm Nick Mitchell, head wrestling coach at Grandview University. Today we have Chad Lohman bringing you the technique of the week.
All right, today I'm going to show you guys a sweep single from the inside tie. So the first step is I come in here and I get my inside tie. When I get my inside tie, I got to come in with my head so he can't fight in right there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my other hand and my V block right there in the bend of his arm. I'm going to push in with my head position a couple times, get him to push back. When he pushes back into me, I'm going to drop my level. I'm going to pull this arm right over my head. Pull right into my single right there. Right there, and I'm going to push into him and finish from behind. One more time. Come here, get my inside tie. Get V block. I'm going to push into him. He pushes back. Take a back step. I'm going to pull this arm right over my head. Lock my hands on the ground. He starts defending me. Finish from behind. One more time fast. The inside tie, push in, back step, sweep. Every time. That's your technique of the week.
That'll do it for this week's show. For more nonstop coverage from the mat and beyond, head over to takedownwrestle.com. Also, follow us on social media for the breaking wrestling news as it happens. Join us live Saturday mornings for Takedown Radio and from Studio 3B here in Des Moines, Iowa. I'm Scott Casper. We'll see you next week.